Hi, welcome, Simon here. In this video, I'll be replacing the screen on an iPhone 13. This is not the Pro, just the regular 13. As you can see that the phone does not respond to any of the touch, and I try to touch, it doesn't work. Okay, so that means that the screen needs to be replaced, and let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'll be using a Pry Tool 0.8. Go ahead and remove the two screws here right next to the charging port. If your screen is cracked, I recommend you to put on a safety goggle. Any glasses like safety goggle to protect your eyes at all time. I'll be using a metal prying tool. You need to go in between the glass and the phone. So in between, be very careful because there will be a cracked screen when you try to open up the glass. So that adhesive is holding down the phone. You can use a heat gun to soften the adhesive so that it can be easily removed, but majority of you guys do not have the heat gun, so therefore I'm doing it without the heat gun. Just take the time and you can, okay. So at this point here, when the screen is open, go ahead and open up to the left. Get a Phillips screwdriver. I'll be using the 1.5. Remove the 3 screws and the bracket. Go ahead and disconnect the battery. The battery is right on this cable here. Disconnect the screen cable. The next step is to go ahead and open up the bracket on this one. this point here, go ahead and disconnect this cable. Okay, you can leave the phone here on the side. The next step we need to do is to transfer the proximity sensor, this here, to the new screen replacement. I'll be using a Y screwdriver, the Try screwdriver. Remove the 3 screws. Remove the bracket. At this point here, you want to pay a very close attention. The way Apple made it is that the proximity sensor is adhesive to the front, and what I recommend to do is be very gentle to go ahead and get this thing out, because you do not want to break any of this. So the best way is to get a heat gun. If you do not have a heat gun, get the hair dryer. A hair dryer can heat up the front glass, therefore it softens the adhesive, where you can remove this quite easily. So I'll be using a heat gun. Because a heat gun heats up really fast and it gets really hot real fast, so I do not want to heat it too much. And at this point here, you want to kind of try and see if the adhesive have softened, and if it does, you want to come back and just gently get it removed. Take your time, do not rush in this process. And if the thing get hardened again, you just want to come back and reheat it again. As you can see, the way I'm heating it up, I do not stay in one position, because if I do that, they'll be way too hot. So just keep moving around, come back, move around, and come back. Reason why I put a paper right here so that it doesn't try to stick them back together. Okay, now is the time to remove this. That's the proximity sensor, the ambient light. If you have a tweezer and if that helps, you can just use tweezer. Whatever is easier. Okay. Transferring over to the new screen. Just have to make sure that thing goes back to the bracket. Okay, once it's in, let's reconnect them back together. For this one here, you need to slide the bracket back in. Before I do that, I forgot one thing, is to put the bracket back. Let me redo that process. You have to put this one in. It's easier to put it in first rather than the other way around it, so that's my fault. I apologize on that. You need to slide the bracket in, lock it at the bottom left first before you can close it down. So I have a little bit problem here, is that the bracket did not slide in, so I need to redo it again. You just have to make sure that the bracket actually slide in before you can close everything up. So that is my problem here. Reconnect the flex cable for your LCD screen and the battery. Once the battery and the LCD screen is connected, put in the bracket back in and finish up with the tri screwdriver. Apologize, it's a Phillips. Slide it in from the top, press it down around the corner. Let's turn on the phone. 2 screws here at the bottom.